From an early age, most of us grow up believing that parents are figures of protection, unconditional love, encouragement, and support. We imagine that they will always root for our achievements, be thrilled with our victories, and be proud of who we are becoming. But this is not the reality for everyone. There is a silent pain that many carry, but are ashamed or afraid to admit. The pain of having parents who compete with their own children. Parents who, instead of applauding, diminish, who, instead of guiding, compare, who, instead of loving freely, compete to see who shines brighter. And the cruelest part of this reality is that, often, the child takes a long time to realize that they are the target of envy disguised as criticism, of competition hidden under advice, and of an ego that masks itself as love. Shall we talk about this? Or maybe, that's not even that difficult, anyone can do it. Or even, but you didn't even do it alone, did you? These are subtle phrases, but they carry a heavy poison, that of a father or mother who cannot see their child grow beyond them, who cannot bear the idea that their child shines more, achieves more, advances more. This is not love. This is competition. And when a parent's ego speaks louder than their love for a child, the bond breaks. Trust is shattered. Home becomes a battlefield. But why does this happen? Parents who compete with their children usually have unresolved issues. They come from pasts where they were not recognized, where they could not fulfill their dreams, where they were pruned and frustrated. The problem is that this internal, untreated pain turns into competition, and the child becomes the target, not because they did anything wrong, but because they dared to grow. This competition can manifest in several ways. Constant comparison. At your age, I was already supporting a household. Your cousin is more hardworking than you. If it were me, I would have done it better. These words do not encourage. They hurt. They plant doubts, diminish self-esteem, and create a toxic environment where the child always feels inferior, even when they are doing their best. Emotional sabotage. The child tries to share an achievement, but the father or mother changes the subject, makes fun of it, or disdains it. Instead of celebrating, they discredit. Instead of valuing, they silence. And this hurts. Because what the child wants most, deep down, is recognition, especially from the one who raised them. Authority dispute. When the child becomes an adult and starts making decisions, many competitive parents feel they are losing control. So they try to impose their opinion, delegitimize choices, infantilize the child even though they have grown up. It's a way of saying, I'm still the one in charge here. Appropriation of the child's victories. This type of father or mother loves to say that, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't have gotten where you are. Instead of celebrating the child's autonomy, they try to take the credit for themselves, as if the other's victory only serves to feed their own ego. But what does all this cause in the child? It causes emotional confusion, feelings of inadequacy, guilt for growing up, fear of shining, and a constant anguish that they will never be good enough. Many children, even after becoming adults, continue to seek this love, this recognition, this validation. And they do not realize that they are trapped in an unhealthy cycle where love is conditional on inferiority, where they are only accepted while they are below. When the child begins to stand out, to grow, to build their own history, the love of the father or mother disappears, or it turns into criticism, irony, and veiled disputes. And here is a hard truth. It is not your role to diminish who you are, to comfort the wounded ego of your parents. You don't need to hide, to be silent, to sabotage yourself just to maintain a false bond of love. Because true love does not compete. True love cheers, vibrates, celebrates. True love does not feel threatened by the success of the other. It rejoices in it. If your parents cannot do this, it is not you who is wrong. It is their pain speaking louder than the love they should offer. But what to do about it? First, acknowledge, yes, this is happening. Yes, it hurts. And yes, you have the right to be bothered by it. It's not an exaggeration. It's not drama. It's real. Second, don't blame yourself for having grown up, for having achieved, for going further. You don't need to apologize for winning, nor lower yourself to fit into anyone's wounded pride. Third, set limits. If necessary, limit conversations. Don't share everything. Preserve your achievements. Sometimes protecting your peace requires emotional distance, even from those who should be your biggest supporters. And fourth, take care of your wounds. Therapy, self-knowledge, spirituality, writing. The path to healing is individual, but essential, because you deserve to live lightly, free from guilt, comparison, and pain. You don't need to live trying to prove anything to anyone, not even to your parents. You have the right to be happy, to fulfill yourself, to be successful, to feel whole. And do you know what the real victory is? It is you being able to build a healthy life, even having come from a competitive and emotionally malnourished environment. It is you not becoming the same. It is you being love where there was only dispute, being light where there was only shadow, being peace where there was only war. And especially, it is you realizing that you don't need to beat anyone, because your greatest achievement was learning not to lose yourself. If this video touched you in any way, leave your like and your comment. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. And remember, you are not alone. Let's continue this dialogue here. Every week, a new video to help you understand, heal, and rebuild your family relationships with more awareness, love, and truth. Until the next video.